Hey Made Summit, my name is RC Simon. Welcome in. And I want to just take a moment to thank Amar and the team. So great to just be able to see the whole process to get here. And I'm excited to be able to share this and a little bit about my story, my background. But if I were to talk about the topic today, it'd be how I'd automate my systems for a cleaning business. There's so much tech, softwares, tools today, and I'm all about simplicity because simplicity scales. With the amount of AI and tech that we have access to today, there is so much that we can do. And I'm one of those guys that like to innovate. I like to find the best use cases for things. And I'm going to be showing you guys really structuring your biz depending on where you're at. We've helped people just getting started to all the way to people that have hundreds of recurring clients a month. And just a little bit about my journey. So I'm the personal development guy. Back in 2013, I went to a Les Brown. This is Tony Robbins Ty Lopez back in 2016. This is Tony Robbins. I went to his Date and Destiny back in the day. This is Peter Voog. So a little bit of my journey. I've been in the self-help development space for over a decade as I'm shooting this. In 2017, my family, they started a Christian store, and that's still here till today. So a physical brick and mortar. 2018, I actually launched my agency. So I was inspired by the 2018 boom of agencies. SMMA is what they called it. And I've helped a handful of big clients. These are just a few in the earlier days, running with helping coaches, course creators. That was a lot of my background. 2019, I accidentally launched my first course. If you actually look me up still on YouTube, you'll see this video that went almost 100K views. I think it's like at 70 or 80K now. But I launched my first drop shipping course by accident just because people were asking me about it. So again, digital products. We launched clothing lines. I help people launch clothing lines. We also ran back here in Las Vegas a 20 plus car fleet on Turo. So I did a rental car business. Me and a partner, we went half, 10 cars each, and we ran a 20 car fleet. So I know how to do some operations with that biz. And then in 2023, I got almost 100 million views with my personal brand through TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. So I did millions and millions of views on videos, and that was my content creation journey. Still doing that today. 2023, I actually started helping cleaning businesses. So by accident, a friend asked me if I could help them with marketing and systems because I had a background. I was already running a marketing company. And years later today, I'm full on just helping cleaning businesses. I like the boring business instead of like selling courses, helping consultants, course creators. It was just something that was just so fast paced where I wanted something stable. And that's what I'm building today, is just an agency helping cleaning businesses, and I have lots of great free videos, playlist. If you guys want to learn more, I go really in depth on the YouTube channel. Cool. So I want to talk real quick about these different pillars: paid advertising, CRM, which is a customer reputation management system, the new AI booking bots, and then also this how to actually track advertising. Okay, for long term, because we want to be able to attribute our sales. And just to break this down, paid advertising, do you have Google and Facebook ad templates that actually work? A CRM that has a lead and client tracker with SMS, email automations to pretty much organize and structure everything. A booking bot that books leads into a calendar and autopilot. And then advertising tracking, which is like a sophisticated AI tracking systems to scale paid ads. Now, based on where you're at, again, don't get too intimidated with like the software and the tech, but I'm all about simplifying, finding the best solutions for all this, and creating something that is going to generate leads for cleaning businesses. So again, we're going to go through all these foundations of the systems. So I have a handful, and this is just a small amount, from clients that just got started, like this one. We ran Google ads for them, brand new Google account. They have 0 reviews on Google, $82 spent. First week, they closed almost $1,500. Clients that we just started acquiring spent $300 in ad costs. This was early in January. They closed a handful, okay? Over $1,500 in just 1 week from these leads. So these are all Google ads, right? You can see all these are Google ads. One client, we ran their ads within less than 24 hours. They got a lead, a booking off it. They're like, how do we go about tracking it? So these systems and processes work. And I have handfuls. I have so many. And we're getting this daily, which is so great just to see this scale out, because Google works. And you guys are going to see what we do. But not just Google. Today, the market is shifting where we need the full funnel now, all the way up to capturing the lead, nurturing them to get them to convert. So if I were to automate a cleaning business with systems, these are the systems that I'd build out. Acquisition system, a nurturing system, a fulfillment mechanism, and how to scale. So the acquisition system is to generate leads constantly, right? Consistently. Do I have something that's constantly generating me leads on autopilot? And we probably always hear this, but let me just show you guys I'll show you what that system is. Nurturing system, right? Automations that build relationships. I think some people, they'll generate the lead, but they don't have a good follow-up back-end system. The fulfillment mechanism, right? To deliver results to clients without constant input. How do I scale my fulfillment and my operations with software and tech? And then scaling, how do I build a results-based improvement system? So I'm going to talk about all these today. So we're really in for it. But again, looking at it from a big picture, don't allow this information to overwhelm you. Let it encourage you to say, wow, I can get better. I can learn. I can grow. This is what it means to be a business owner. I'm running different projects, multiple things, and it's an organized mind. And that's why I like where tech and software is going today. Okay. So let's go to the first piece, which is client acquisition. Client acquisition, a system that generates leads consistently. Now, I like Google, right? You see this, Google LSA, Google Search Ads, AI Overview, local SEO maps. Google has time and time again, year after year after year, been proven to be the best lead generation source, specifically for cleaning businesses. And I would start there. We start with Google, and then we can diversify into like Facebook, Instagram, but master one client acquisition process. And once you guys got this dialed in, you're printing leads, you're increasing your recurring. Now you have more money to pour back in and invest into the business. Okay, this is client acquisition at its finest, and Google is the place to be. Now, if you guys kind of look at where the landscape is today, this is me saying best cleaning company near me in Tampa, Florida. So you'll see the real estate, okay? You'll see the real estate. And this is ideally where you want to be and where you want to build to. So Google LSA is usually the first slot. And LSA, a lot of people talk about the leads. They could be good or bad depending on your city. Some places are great, other places are not. There's a lot of price shoppers on here. You're paying for leads and they're not even great leads. But Google LSA has the top spot here on Google. Our goal is to rank and get to the top of it. Google Search Ads is the second piece. And you'll see even like Thumbtack. I know people, they'll start off with like Thumbtack, which again, these third-party sources are fine to start off with if you have like a smaller budget and you're trying to just start expanding the portfolio. But Google Search Ads is stuff like where it's like cleaning companies near me, cleaning business near me, residential services near me, deep clean, house deep cleaning near me, apartment move out cleanings, right? In my city. This is Tampa, Florida. So these people win. And when you click, like for example, let's say I click this, you as a business owner, you'll get charged by Google for the click. Now it's up to the person to convert through that website. That's why the funnel matters, okay? And then Google started doing these AI overviews where you'll literally see businesses right here that are getting suggested because of AI. Now there's so many different things that AI pulls from Google to get these to be like obviously good business practice, reviews, mentions. It kind of like goes with the local SEO and then or the SEO. So the map, search engine optimization, but really it's changing the search everywhere optimization. That's where we're going with AI. Now, you want to be ranked top 3 here, right? This is good real estate. Now you're not even getting charged $50 to $60 to acquire a lead. You're just printing leads because you have been ranked here on the map. Now, this is another service that is called local SEO. Now, what we do for clients is we want to make sure that we get this client acquisition system dialed in. You want to make sure that we can figure out how to get you ranked in the map. And this takes time, right? It's not just the most views. Like, for example, you'll see like, yeah, these are higher reviews, but this one has less than this. And this Made Pro Tampa has been in business for 20 plus years. They've been in business 7 years, yet they're still ranked number 1. And it's not just reviews. I believe it's also consistently there's citations. It's what they call them, right? Backlinks. There's keywords that need to be optimized, and there's consistent systems that help you with your reviews and getting those refreshed. It takes time. Some companies, it'll take 6 to 12 months. Others, if done correctly, can even get up to, as I've seen, as soon as like 3 months to get you up here. Now, the quickest way and the most optimized when it comes to, hey, I have a budget, I'm just willing to get leads right away and print. That's why I run Google search ads for people right away, because you get the best quality leads within a 30-day window through Google search ads, where people are searching for specific keywords, and it's still relevant today. This is what's doing the most numbers for all our clients, is the Google search ads. But imagine being on page 1. This is ultimately the client acquisition strategy that you want to start off with. And then we can go ahead and do retargeting on Facebook. And then we can go ahead and go on Instagram and start doing TikToks and doing organic. You want to invest into content later down the line. But if you just need to get leads to acquire clients right away, Google, I believe, is still the best to place your dollars in to get a return on your investment, grow your monthly recurring, and then start reinvesting into other marketing methods. And once you start getting leads, now you have a backend system, which is the next piece, right? A nurturing system. This is another system that we would need to build automations around. Automations that build relationships with your leads and turns them into clients. So these are just a few. There's so many. There's a handful. But this is the efforts that you need to start building for your cleaning business. So intake form, automated text, SMS response, a quote meeting booked, a quote sent follow-up sequence, an organized follow-up pipeline. So I'm going to be showing you guys some automations, but this one is specifically Go High Level. I use Go High Level. I'm sure a lot of people do as well. They're a great CRM system. Others that I've seen people use more complex was like HubSpot. Those are like more for the enterprise types of businesses, more bigger. They go to multi different. But again, Go High Level, I think it's great. Best one I've seen it right now. But if something comes up in the marketplace, I'll shift over. Right. So what we do is we build automations for different businesses. And again, kind of just showing you guys what this all looks like. The intake form automation. So as soon as somebody fills out a form on your page, on your landing page, on your website, once they find you on Google, they submit it, you get a tag that you're a lead. It creates something in our pipeline to say, hey, this is where your team goes to check on. You as the business owner get an internal notification. It waits 2 minutes, and then it does an email and SMS to your lead. Hey, thanks for your interest in a quote, or thanks for filling out your information on our website. Are you still interested in a cleaning quote? Are you still interested in getting a quote for your clean? Okay. And if they don't respond, then it's going to go through a few days of just a follow up. So we need an initial automation that texts them right away within a minute, 2 minutes. And then if they still haven't responded or got a quote sent, then it'll follow up with them next day. That's the first type of automation that you need. Okay, very important one. A second one is a quote meeting booked. So this, and I'll show you guys, this is like more of like the AI chatbots, because imagine you as a cleaning business owner, you're closed at 5 or 6 o'clock, and then people are still searching you on Google when they get home from work later in the evening. Nobody's there. So what ends up happening is they go look for other cleaning businesses that might be open, quote unquote, 24 hours. Okay. So you need an automation that books quote meetings on autopilot, meaning you get on a call and you get the quote sent to them and figured out for them on a call. So let me show you guys how this works. Or maybe you're closed on weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Imagine if we can book this on autopilot without you having to hire another staff. Now it's an AI, we call it an AI chatbot. So it's paid advertising. This is an example that they search for you. They go to your website, and then you as a cleaning business, you get the notification. Okay, so that's usually what happens. But then you're going to get clients or leads that come after hours or on weekends when you're closed. So what is the problem? Most businesses are not able to get in touch with their leads within a few minutes. According to several case studies, there's a significant portion of leads that quote unquote fall off. So if not contacted within a few minutes, with some research suggesting that up to 80% of potential customers may be lost if you don't respond to a lead within 5 minutes, meaning a large majority of leads could be lost if not responded promptly. So we can get you leads. And this was the issue when we started working with a lot of clients. A lot of agencies, they only help you get lead, and they're like, okay, it's up to you to reach out. It's up to you. But what if I can get you a qualified lead that gets responded to within minutes? Because let's say your VA or your salesperson or your office manager is busy with another client. They got an emergency. Now you have something that's texting the client on autopilot to get them onto a booked calendar. And that's what we built. So the paid advertisement to a booking form that still gets you you as a cleaning business owner a notification. But now we have someone that once that lead responds, they say, okay, great, and then I'll ask them a couple questions, qualify them, and books them on a calendar. So let's say you're closed at 5 o'clock, a lead comes in at 6. This bot is going to come in, text them, and say, hey, if you're interested, our team will be available tomorrow. Are you free morning or afternoon? They're like, morning. Okay, great. We have a 9 a.m. slot. Can you do 9 a.m. tomorrow? Great. And it automatically books them, sends you a notification that it's booked, and then your team gets on a call with them at 9 a.m. And they usually pick up, and they won't go look for any other cleaning businesses because they know that they're committed to getting on a phone with you tomorrow. This was a game changer for us and our clients. So the booking bot, this is one of our clients. They booked appointments. They had this week, they had 6 booked, total 8 booked appointments, but they closed those 6. One was price shopping and one they sent a quote. And this is really what the booking bot does. It can ask questions. Now, we don't ask all these questions as much as we used to. We've gotten to a point where we've dialed it in to where they're now qualified, okay, with just 1 or 2 questions, and then we book them onto a call, and then your VA, your salesperson, your office manager, whoever's taking the call, will just ask a few questions, and then they'll send the quote. So this is just a simple way of how we use it. The moment the lead comes in, the bot will text them. So I initiated it here. It'll text them, says, hey, are you interested in getting a free quote for house cleaning? Yes, I am. Great. Can we schedule a phone appointment to finalize your quote? Our next availability are this time. Does this slot work for you? I put in 10 a.m. and then it says, perfect. Here's the information. And I was testing this real time. So I can talk to this bot real time and kind of show you guys, this is a text message. So the moment a lead comes from Google, they go to the website page, the landing page. They land on that page. That's why it's called a landing page. And then they fill out the form. The moment they fill out the form, this could be after hours. The bot comes in, starts asking questions. They go back and forth. They book a qualified lead after hours. So by the time your sales rep, your VA, office admin, whoever's available, as soon as they get in, there's a designated time that the lead is available to talk so that they can get a quote and get qualified to be able to close and book a clean. So this is the qualification and that nurture sequence is there's a bot, which is an AI tool that is used to interact with the client to qualify them as a lead. So this is the next type of automation you need, a quote meeting booked, okay? Another one is a quote sent follow-up sequence. So once you send the quote, there's 2 follow-up sequences. We have the initial that is going to follow up with them for a few days. And this is only just the first part. It's a way longer automation. I should have taken a picture, but it sends them 20 to 25 days worth of follow-ups. Not every single day, but every few days because we sent the quote. And then there's a long-term one where every month they get hit with an email, SMS. And then it just goes back and does it again. So it's a whole long, so you need, once you send a quote, because you send quotes and then once you send a quote, people just forget about them. And then you're getting all these other leads, but at least you have automations that are bolted on the back end. So we need 1 month follow-up, and then we need a 1 year follow-up sequence. You need both, okay? Long-term and short-term. Once you send a quote. And then you need an organized follow-up pipeline. So I'll show you guys. This is Go High Levels Opportunities tab. So once the quote gets requested onto the website, they populate here, your team sees it. Then you can acknowledge and put them over and say, I'm in a convo for the quote with them. And then once you actually send the quote, you can drag it over. And once you drag it over here, they go through all the automations. And what's cool is we have automation set up. This is quote sent follow-up 1. So it'll automatically say, okay, the emails and SMS the emails, SMS, and it'll automatically move them along the pipeline. And then once you get them booked, it's either a booked one-time, book recurring, or a moving clean. And then these all trigger different automations. And we've done it like this. Other cleaning businesses, they like it a certain way. They like putting one time and moving in clean in one. But this is kind of how we've done it to where it's worked for a handful. And then over here, you keep scrolling to the right, you'll see not interested or reasons why they didn't. So you need an organized follow-up pipeline that automates based on where they're placed, tags them, and keeps it organized so you know what to market to, who to market to long term, and really organize them. So you need a system that organizes everything, right? This is our nurturing system. And these are just a few. There's a handful, but we've done the ones that are really, really needed to keep the business thriving, growing, and optimize and organize long term. Okay, so that's a nurturing system you guys need. Another one is a fulfillment mechanism. Fulfillment mechanism is something that delivers results to clients without constant input, right? So I'll show you guys a few, like a client management software once booked, new bookings, tags, canceled, send pre-cleaning instructions and contracts, and then a review management system. So these, again, are a few fulfillment. Once it's fulfilled, what systems do you need on the back end to automate once they're going through their fulfillment process? And the first one is you need a client management software once booked. So for example, ZenMaid is one of them, right? ZenMaid can help you guys once we get the lead through Go High Level. This is a Go High Level icon. So this is more of a CRM nurturing sequence. But once the client gets booked onto ZenMaid, the goal is to get these to communicate with one another. So these are all your clients, and then Go High Level marks it as a client so you can remarket to them later and then book them onto this calendar. Okay, so they don't compete. Go High Level and ZenMaid don't compete. They actually complement one another. So you need a client management software once booked. This is a great system to have. I've seen people that had Google Sheets and then they decided to go and get a client software management system for all your cleaners, your clients once booked, put them onto a calendar, organize them, and that's exactly what ZenMaid is for. Another one is new bookings, tags, canceled. So once they actually get a booking from ZenMaid, you want it to communicate and automatically mark it with tags. And here's something. Remove quote follow-up sequence. What does that mean? There are sequences like the short term. The moment they get booked, it removes them from that short-term follow-up sequence, right? And that's great. So now it does this on autopilot once Go High Level system says it's booked. So this is another great way of like tagging systems. And we have several of these. This is just one example that once someone gets booked, they won't be getting marketing emails anymore. Good things. You could send a pre-cleaning instructions and contracts. So once they get into the booking, it changes their pipeline. It says what conditions do they have? Do they have this tag called initial booking, or does any tag include client? If it does, let's send them the pre-cleaning, and then you can also send them contracts as well through this. So this is all automated. So this is a great automation, pre-cleaning instruction and contract automation. Then another great one is review management. We all want reviews to grow our businesses. Again, this connects to Google. And then you have a survey submitted. Once it's done, they get removed from certain workflows, and then it'll give them notifications. Once they go in, it'll tag them. So you need a review management system that's going to help them consistently and continuously get leads that are clients to get reviews. Cool. Lead them into a review pretty much. So review management system. Fulfillment mechanism, okay? And then the last piece that I want to talk about is scale. Build a results-based improvement system. KPI trackers and lead attribution tracker. And there's so many things that you guys can scale. But again, I'm talking about these systems if I were to do marketing and what I would automate. And then that goes with the KPI tracker. So this is a simple one that one of our clients use. There's so many. I'm sure you guys already use a KPI tracker, but you want to be able to track your key performance indicators is what that is. The different lead sources. Everyone has different lead sources of what they use. And then the percentage to initial quote, percentage to initial recurring. When we can look at this month to month to month, we can start optimizing the full funnel. Google Ads, the actual landing page, the nurturing sequence. Sometimes it might even be the salesperson because they're always hiring new salespeople. Where is the bottleneck throughout this whole process? So you need a KPI tracker. I'm sure there's a lot. I'm sure you already use it if you're growing, but you definitely need a KPI tracker so that you could scale your efforts and see where you guys can improve month to month to month, right? And then you need a lead attribution tracker. I'm going to show you guys a quick video on that, on what this looks like for the lead attribution tracker. And you guys, if you want to start scaling with that, I use Hyros, and they're a great one. I get a great discount for like clients because we have a portfolio, but they're pretty pricey. If done correctly and if used correctly for you, especially for the plans that we've been able to acquire, this lead attribution tracker is going to help you. And I'm going to show you guys what that looks like and what we've done for one of our clients. So check this out. So I want to show you guys what one of the cleaning businesses that we help and work with. We started this ad tracking through Hyros. And this is just a simple Google sheet. And I blurred it just because I want to show you guys like that this is possible. So in the month of April, we closed around 2,500 and a handful of recurring for this client. This is a cleaning business client. And then we closed 3,400, which a handful of recurring clients for this client, all through Google Ads. And what's cool about this is you'll see right here, these are the ad groups that we've named, and then these are the actual keywords that we've converted with the specific client. So what I like is that we can actually see and track the actual keyword that came from that client when they converted, which is really cool. And that's all thanks to Hyros right here. So with Hyros, if you guys don't know, this is a sophisticated AI tracking platform. And this has been around for years and years and years. I use it for our local service-based clients. We've been testing it recently. So for example, for this client that's in Las Vegas, on April 17th, they clicked this, and then we saw that they converted, and we were able to track the exact keyword, and you'll see the actual journey. So they opted into the website, they clicked, they booked a quote, they high level received it, right? And then there was a stripe that was received. So it seems like that this was the time that they initiated the clean, and then they got moved to a book conversion stage right after. And then on May 7th, this is when they actually had the clean. So it looks like they scheduled it on April 21st for May 7th. And then it looks like they're a recurring client because a couple weeks later on May 31st, they got another clean. So this is a good example of like tracking the whole journey. Some people are like, whoa, that's kind of scary to be able to see this. Well, welcome to the internet, welcome to Pixels and the power of tracking. Complexity is the enemy of execution, right? Richard Branson says complexity is your enemy. Anyone can make something complicated, but it's hard to keep things simple. I believe that simplicity scales, right? So don't build complex systems and try to make every little detail perfect. Learn and build as you go. That build that you guys have been seeing, that's something that we've been reiterating for 18 months. And we're still growing, we're still building, actually almost 2 years in the making. Cutting some stuff out, things that didn't work, several clients. So don't just go out, and some of us are like, hey, this might feel overwhelming or this is a lot. But just imagine it took a lot of time to build it, and time, experience, right? Experimenting, but learn and build as you go. And that's what I like. I like working with people that I don't just bolt everything all at once. We take it day by day, month by month, until it gets to the point where it's like, okay, this makes sense. Yes, there's going to be risk. Yes, there's going to be times where it just feels like, oh man, this feels a little overwhelming. But don't allow that overwhelm to come because of your ignorance, right? Not knowing. And it's okay to not know. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm testing a lot of different softwares and tech stacks just to make it the best. We want the best experience for all the people that we work with. I'm big on reputation. I'm big on relationships. We fail at times, right? When we're experimenting and testing new things. So there's always a learning curve to everything. So I don't want you to think that you have to bolt everything, but start thinking about this, right? Figure out where you are in your business, what resources you have, what time you have, and take it day by day and start growing from there. So learn and build as you go. So overall, this is the big picture. It goes from your ad to a website form to a CRM to a phone call to a close. So this system is to sell to cleaning businesses, right? We run paid advertisements to a form page. We follow up text email that engages the leads. We set up all these automations with Go High Level. We monitor your salesperson VA on incoming leads. We monitor your KPIs so we can optimize our ads for better quality leads. And clients are responsible for contacting, following up, and converting the leads into deals. And that is the full system on how I'd, again, automate my cleaning business if I ran one. Thank y'all for staying until the very end. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. I'm sure you guys are going to be able to get the replay, go back, and just look forward to serving. If there's anything that I want to be able to share, I have a YouTube channel where I just share a lot of these different systems. We go step by step, a lot of details. So if you want to build this on your own, or if you want to be able to make sure that maybe people that you're going to be partnering with or are working with are doing things correctly and are being relevant. I share a lot of relevant things because it's something I'm really excited about, passionate about. I've grown to like cleaning businesses because of the recurring income. If we can at least break even on marketing, the next month, those new recurring cleans become profitable to your business. So I love the recurring aspect. So you're in the right industry. I compared the cleaning business to other boring serving businesses like painters, plumbers, all one-time fees. But cleaning, you can get bi-weeklies, weeklies, monthly recurring income. And I'm really big on recurring income. So I hope all is well with you in your cleaning business. You guys take care. Enjoy this. Any questions, you can always reach out. God bless you and take care. Enjoy the rest of the Made Summit. Thank you guys again at Made Summit, ZenMade, and the team. Take care. Bye-bye.